Okay, I see Dana. I see Dana. That's good. I see Matt. I see. I see Damone, Becca, Damone, Matt, Dana, Matt. Okay, so let's see. I can't see their faces yet, but uh
I see your wonderful Facebook.
oh, that's nice, good. But I don't see everybody else's face here. And I hear you, so that's good.
Is your camera muted, Bob?
I'm sorry?
Is your camera muted?
My camera's up, yeah, my camera's up. But I'm looking to see where everybody else is. Okay, let's see if I allow this. There's Becca.
Bobby, none of us are panelists. None of us got the email.
I gotta tell you, I'm going to check with
I didn't get the email.
with Katia because she got everything there. I mean, she sent everybody's out. She on Monday. So I don't know why we're not why some are not getting it.
Well, we made it here. We got a quorum, so this board is meant to
Yeah.
have a quorum. So let's have a meeting.
Yeah, you just got to promote us all to panelists.
Okay, let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear
Awesome.
you.
there you go.
Cool. Thanks for sending that, Matt.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
kid.
Okay.
Hi, Damone.
How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. I miss you, man.
The problem is I can't see you, Damone.
I don't know why. I'm trying to find my camera. I'm sorry. I don't know how to work this, but
I don't see Becca.
I want to
you,
be seen. I
Dana?
can't. I don't. It doesn't give me the command to put my camera on. I
Because
don't know
we're
what.
not panelists.
Yeah,
We're not
so it's not my
panelists,
fault.
so you can't
I'm
see us.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bob has the ability to promote us to panelists, I believe, which should allow us to be able to use our cameras.
What's that?
You have the ability to promote us to panelists, which will allow us to use our cameras.
You are supposed to be on. There's Mary.
But Bob, we didn't get the email, so we came in through the public link.
Okay.
Great. Thank you for sending that, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get a separate email from Katia.
Worry about it, Bob. Take your time. If you can figure it out, it's all good. We'll fix it next time.
Yeah. Yeah, but then no Nicole sends out a scolding letter. Why nobody comes?
We're the
to
human
see?
relations board. We go through everything to get here, man, because we want to relate to humans. That's what we do.
We're here. We have a
We're
quorum.
here. We got it. We have a quorum, and despite everything, we got a quorum. So this board
Okay.
is meant to meet tonight.
That's a beautiful thing. All right,
How you
Dave,
doing?
Turn you off here so that I can know you only on the screen. All right.
All right, put me up there.
That's really a surprise to me.
I know.
Anyway, so great. We have a quorum now. Matt, we didn't have a meeting last time, as you know. So the question is, do you happen to have any minutes from any meeting previous at all?
Yeah, I have minutes from the September meeting.
Okay.
I think I sent them around to folks, a while ago at this point.
Well, could you reiterate them to us quickly?
Oh man. Let me see.
I got them too.
Okay, they're not like summarized. We got invited to Framingham Center October 4th. Yeah, and that didn't end up really happening. We talked about affordability. We talked about jobs. We talked about how to stay relevant with AI and administrative changes. We talked about October 4th. We talked about a lot of teachers are leaving the Framingham schools. We talked about there's something about redistricting. We talked about food banks / food pantries, an interest in maybe talking to Reverend Lloyd. Talk about the Framingham newsletter a little bit. And the Find Your People September 27th event, which we did not end up attending, I don't believe. Everyone was supposed to send phone numbers to Bob. Bob, could you send us your phone number as well so that we could poke you if we need to next time?
Sure. Does anybody want to just read it? Because I see nobody else out there. I don't mind mine being public. So
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you should, Bob. I think maybe we should keep it
No, I
off.
don't think that's a good idea. Bob.
They're nefarious actors watching this. Hi, nefarious actors. How are you doing? What else? Bob, you said you had talked to Sue about the HRC pamphlets that you thought might be available somewhere.
yeah.
You were going to ask Sue about surveys that might be going out soon, and maybe we could tack on some questions. Dana was going to approach Bob Tremblay about looking at integration of the schools, where we were, where we are, where we're going, and that's the September 11th meeting.
Okay. All right. Anyone? Well, first, let's have attendance. I'm sorry about that. Becca.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Damon.
I'm here.
Dana.
Present.
Mary.
Here.
All right. And Matt.
Yep,
Yeah.
here.
Okay. That's the roll call of officers.
No, Greg.
We're all present. Thank you. Now, acceptance of the minutes of the September meeting as read to us from Matt.
Yep.
Becca.
Accept.
Yep, accept.
Damon.
I didn't hear you. What's the question?
The question was, will we accept the minutes as read by Matt?
Yes.
Dana?
Accept.
Mary?
Accept.
Matt?
Accept.
Okay, so do I. So 100%. That's great. Did you all, just since you didn't get the email from Katya, did you get the flyer from about Martin Luther King Day?
I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I did not. I don't think.
That's unbelievable.
I think, did you personally send that, Bob?
I sent it out to everybody under
Like a while ago, right?
just Monday. It wasn't a
Oh.
while ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't see anything in my inbox about that.
Huh. Hey, Bob, is Sue attending tonight, Sue Petroni?
No, she's not. I'll get
Okay.
back to her.
Okay.
Let's see. Now that amazes me because I did send it all out to you.
I did get that, Bob.
Okay, good. So I just want to be sure that I have your email address is correct. As I said to Matt earlier when she told me that Greg, who was not here, didn't have the right email address because the I was missing out of Gmail. And as I said before, I don't get any unable to deliver back from anyone. So my assumption was that everybody's been getting it. And so when you don't get it, and you wouldn't know it was even coming, I don't know because they don't send anything back to me saying it was undeliverable.
I'd be fine with receiving a text from you saying, "Hey, check your email." Personally, I don't
me
want to
too.
speak for others, but yeah, I'd be all right with that.
I'm looking at the list of names here, Bob, and it doesn't look like you have all the commissioners on it.
Yeah, I have a list. I do have a list of all the commissioners on it, but even as Dana said to me earlier on the phone, Greg was planning
Yes,
on
Greg,
coming.
you do have Greg. I'm looking at the Martin Luther King email. Greg's
Yeah.
email is on, but it's missing a letter, like we said. Dana's name and my name are on it, but I don't think I see any of the other commissioners on the list of people you sent it to. There's a whole bunch of people who are not commissioners, but
Right.
Is there a way we could make a group? Is there a way we could just make a group so that we could just send to a single spot and it would go out
Well,
to
I
everyone?
usually do that for when it's our meetings. That's what I find is amazing, you know. And that list, Becca, that you're referring to, when I sent out the flyer, was that same list. I just put it on there, and then I followed it up with all the other people that I was forwarding it to.
Well,
So,
is it possible that the list has not been updated and that some of the newer folks are not on it?
a very strong possibility, or could have been misentered, and I'd take the fault for that. But
Yeah, I'm not
if,
sure how to like edit or how to create a group or edit a group of emails.
Hey, Bob, I wonder if we can, it's not a violation of open meeting law to set up a group text with all the commissioners, is it?
no, it isn't. I mean, I would usually do things in blind copy,
Yeah.
and then when I would send it out. But I'll check on that. Becca, you make a good suggestion. I think sometime tonight, maybe after this meeting, I'll send out the list that I have. Well, what I'll do is I'll just email you all, just a sort of a blank document, just to see whether or not you receive it from me. And it is that the names that appear on there, there should be 7 names that are on there, and that's how I usually count. I count out the names on the list, and I go, "Yep, okay," and send it. But I get nothing back. So I'll double check it again tonight to see whether or not I've got a wrong address. But how are you going to know if you didn't get the email? I don't know the
Yeah.
answer to that.
And I'm gonna do some looking into Google Groups if there's a way to like set up something so that we could just email just like a single name and it'll just send it out to all of the
Oh,
people.
I do. You're listed as human relations.
I really?
Yep, I have it listed as human relations, and I push that up there in the send to, says
Huh.
human relations, and then all the names pop up.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to do that right now on mine and that doesn't pop up for me. I think it might just be for you. Huh.
yeah, see, but on my contact list under groups, I have human relations, and so I don't know why they're not there.
Okay. Bob, would you mind if I stopped by sometime soon and like took a look at that with you?
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
Don't
Okay.
forget frozen coffee, Matt.
Yeah, right. No, that's
Yeah,
not
bring him
right.
some coffee.
No,
Frozen
don't listen to
coffee roll.
Dana. Don't listen to Dana. Uh,
You can expense it.
anyway,
We don't have a budget.
that's
Not
right.
yet. Charlie's
Um,
gonna take care of it.
All right, so let's move on then. So all right, some of you got the flyer, some of you didn't get the flyer. Anyway, there's an announcement that Reverend Lloyd, of course, has the Martin Luther King event is coming up, and it's at the Sheridan this year. That anyhow, that they'll be posted around in other places too.
Are you gonna be speaking, Bob, that night?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna be speaking at the MLK?
No. I couldn't go to the veterans events this week, as you know,
Yeah.
because I'm still in a wheelchair, and I'm going to my doctor's on Monday to see whether or not to get the brace off. So that'll be a good thing. All right. So anyway, that event is coming up. I'm trying to think now. There are some things there in response to Dana's question. Susan went away this week, and she's going to be gone until sometime next week. So she did ask to be put on the agenda for next month's meeting, and I said that would certainly be fine. Um, I said to her, we're talking about the time capsule. It was also on the agenda for tonight. Uh, the time capsule, we found, or they found, when they opened up the other time capsule, that there is a time capsule that's supposed to be opened by the Human Relations Commission this year. And she wanted to know if we wanted to, how to do that and how to make an event out of it if we wanted to. And maybe we ought to be considering what things we might want to put into our time capsule for future opening. But she was going to talk about that whole thing about the the possibilities of what to include in the time capsule, what has been included in time capsules, and then we'll open up the time capsule of our own if we name a specific date or time or something like that, and can make it an event, if you will, a public event, and she'll help us with all of that publicity and anything else we need to put in it. So I think that's I was surprised because I was around when that time capsule was placed somewhere, but I'm not sure I had any particular role at time. But nor do I know remember when they actually said it. But that's a surprise to me. It's a nice
Yeah.
surprise. I'd be very interested to find out what they have inside the time capsule. You know, there are interesting things that usually show up in those events. Those
So how do we want to deal with that? Do we want a subcommittee, a group of 2 or 3 folks to work with Sue on that, or what other options do we have?
we could certainly do that, but she's willing to come to a meeting, and we can all have our input simultaneously,
I mean, my only worry is if we want to do it this year, the next meeting is going to be mid-December. We're not going to have a lot of time to open it after that, right? Like that's going to give us 2 weeks or so
Yeah,
after the
but
meeting.
I'm not sure if it had to be opened in 25 or 26.
I think it had a specific date and we've already passed that date. So maybe
Right.
it doesn't
Yes,
even
I
matter
think that's
anymore.
correct.
Maybe we can do whatever the heck we want now.
Yeah. Becca?
I was just saying, yes, that is correct. It had a specific date that is passed. And I'd also say that, in my experience, we're sort of getting into that time of year where trying to get people to come to events is difficult because people
Yep.
are traveling and have family commitments. So I think even though it wouldn't be this year, it makes sense to do it early next year. But I also do think that, we have a tendency to talk about things we could do for months and months. And I think, even if Sue's going to come and talk to all of us at our next meeting, it still makes sense to set up a subcommittee so that they can start moving forward.
Yeah.
Agreed. If we want to, I would say let's try to do this by mid-December if possible, because once it gets past that, it's going to be too late. If we want to do it this year, and like I would say, let's try to do it this year because we haven't really done much, so it'd be good to actually, get something under our belt.
Well, if I understand correctly, and now I was not there for the opening of our city time capsule, but I think they do that on weekends anyway, right? They do it on a Saturday or a Sunday, and or Saturday, I think, not necessarily Sunday, but or did it at 6 o'clock at night on a weekday. I believe that's it. Yeah, but all right, Matt, I'll agree with that. I certainly agree with that. Get a time. Have you? Would you be willing to work on it, Matt?
I'd love to. Anyone else interested?
Becca?
I am too.
I
Dana?
can if we need more people.
What's that?
I can if we need more people.
Well, it looks like we might need more because right now all we've got is Matt and Dana.
I think that between the 3 of us, we should be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's a great way to, it's a great marketing tool for us, the commission, actually.
Definitely.
Let's take advantage of this. Right, Clark?
Do we want to
Count me in.
plan?
Count me in. If everybody's in, I'm in.
All right, great.
Hey,
Wow.
Mullins in.
All right,
All right,
Damon?
we got 4 then. Matt, Dana, Becca, Damon.
Yeah.
Great. Do we want to just plan for opening this one, or do we want to also plan for burying another one? I think I'd be for maybe trying to bury the next one next year, just so we have more time to plan that out. I think that's a great opportunity for us to involve different groups around the city. Like that sounds like a fantastic opportunity to showcase our diversity, but I think that would take a little more effort to throw together.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Matt, you're right. I think that's an excellent approach to that. But I would say, if you want to, you want to be the chairman again, as our clerk, if you want to be chairman again, and meet, talk to Sue and get her idea. And if it is a subcommittee, then you guys could get together as a subcommittee at any time, and with her advice, and then if she still wants to come to a December meeting, you could tell us what is going to happen, you know?
Sure.
You know, if they're going to have something before next year, since most people don't even know it exists, and then I would say that then you can do your planning with Sue together.
Okay, great. So
Okay.
maybe I'll send out an email after this, hoping to get our first meeting in the books for early next week. If we can only get 3 out of 4, I think we should still just proceed, just to make
Yeah.
sure this actually before. I like to get to the planning mostly figured out before Thanksgiving, I guess is my thought.
Sounds
Yep.
good. Sounds good, Matt.
Great, thanks.
All right. Wonderful. Just getting my pen to work. Okay. 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 Now we're together on that topic, though. Anybody have any suggestions to offer the subcommittee on what might be interesting to put in a time capsule? Not just know where they even buried it, but uh, I thought about that, and I've missed out on a lot of things when it comes to that initial time capsule, and that is what kind of things do we put in it, and how much space do you have? What would you like to see in there? Because I think we've had so little time that we've worked as a committee, not just ourselves here, but since for years we've lacked a quorum, and even though we met during those times and sent stuff to the city hall, um, we ought to think about any ideas. And I would say, even if we don't do it here tonight, if anybody has ideas as to they think they'd like to see in a time capsule for us anyway, just contact Matt and offer him your ideas, you know, and
My initial thought is think of each of the major different communities in the city and maybe engage with a representative from each of them to come up with some small item that they feel represents their group.
Yeah.
Like maybe each of the different like the Hispanic group, the Brazilian, the Portuguese group, maybe young folks, middle-aged adults, elderly, just to pick a few of the different like major ways of, um, seeing the diversity of our population. And yeah,
sure,
that's my first thought.
Yep. Totally agree.
excellent, excellent. Like, what other things have happened now? Does anybody recall? I know that we had Smiles, which was an organization that was involved in the city, and I'm not sure if they still exist. Does anybody know?
Brace does, I know.
What's that?
Brace exists still, Bob. BRACE, right on Union Ave.
Now something happened to Smiles, and then they went to some other organization, I think.
Yeah, haven't heard of them much.
I'm trying to think of the name of it now. Too bad. Um, I know that one of our commissioners was pretty much on top of that, and that was Bill Williams. That's William Billy. Uh, okay, you're right. So yeah, Matt, that's a good idea. Good idea to reach out to other organizations and stuff to see what they might have to offer to put in. Uh, might even reach out to the diversity officer.
Oh, good idea.
You know,
Jesse Edwards, right?
yeah, yeah. She might like to put in it. Um, Yeah, well, that's where I think no, I think where Sue and her counterpart over there could be some could be offering us some ideas. You know, as you say, naming organizations and see what they would want to do.
They could certainly tell us where it's located, which would be pretty useful.
Yeah, right. I was wondering since I believe the Historical Society had put something in there in the other time capsule. Well, first of all, it'll probably be very interesting to find out what's in our time capsule already, and maybe get some thoughts out of that, you know. But opening the time capsule would have to come first, I guess, before we could do that. But if we get that time capsule open before the end of the year, then doing things to plant the new one, because I don't think they planted the new one yet. Becca, do you know on that? Do you know whether they've?
I don't believe if we haven't dug up the old one, I don't believe they've planted the new one.
I was just going to say they. I think they put something in the newsletter that asks for anybody has wants something that they'd like to contribute. You know, I think that, and that's I tell you, I don't know if anybody has resorted to looking over that newsletter. That's got such a wealth of information, unbelievable. All the stuff that they talk about, and information for the community is very powerful, very powerful. You know, and I look at some of I think primarily I think of the library, how much stuff they put in there, and all the different uh, events that they plan for people to attend. And I don't think they worry about how many show up. I think they just plan them and then go with the flow. You know, they're good. They're very good. All right. Yeah, that was another one of my agenda items for tonight anyway, is to talk a little bit about that. We did it back in September to follow up on that, you know, because I think we talked at one point of seeing what we might be able to contribute to others, as far as getting on their list of activities, you know, and seeing where we could perhaps show some support, or just like I say, by our attendance being there as a supporting group, and getting our name on their lists. Uh, but so that's two things. That's part of it that came from the newsletter, and part of it's you know, if we had more things that we could add to their newsletter. It comes out every week, and that's why I say every time I put down agenda items for today, you know, whatever we want to talk about as agenda items, we've not really rallied around much of anything other than what we did with the subcommittee before did with regards to the previous event. So it's really good, and I think we are not using ourselves well enough in the community. And
Bob, with that in mind, I was actually I can't believe I'm waiting till now to do this, but I was looking through the ordinance that describes the Human Relations Commission and like what our purposes and duties, etc.
right,
And I just sent that around to everyone. I feel like it would be worth reading briefly, just to help us understand like give us an idea of like what we could be working on and what we're capable of. It was sort of amorphous until I read this earlier today. Would you mind if I quickly just read like the purpose of the Human Relations Commission according to the ordinance?
no, not at all.
Okay, I also sent it out to everyone just now. So it says the purpose of the commission shall be to deal with the causes of intergroup disunity which underlie the urban crisis, including but not limited to the elimination of conditions of bias, discrimination, and prejudice against minority groups, and to establish affirmative action programs to ensure equal enforcement of law and equal protection of law for all groups regardless of race, color, religious creed, national origin, ancestry, sex, gender identity, age, disability, sexual orientation, genetics, status as an active member of the armed forces of the United States, or any other protected class recognized under state or federal law, protected classes status. So I know that's a mouthful, but the part that really sticks out to me is it says, the purpose shall be to deal with the causes of intergroup disunity which underlie the urban crisis, including but not limited to elimination of conditions of bias, discrimination, prejudice, etc. So I found that pretty empowering. That says deal with the causes of intergroup disunity. That's massive. There's a lot we could do with that. Like it sounds like, yeah, it gives us a way forward, I think. I wonder what other folks think of that.
I'll give you a little history there, Matt. That really came up years and years ago and has been revised once,
Yeah.
and that was to include sexual identity as an added agenda. And that was when we had an administrator who handled what were specific cases that came forward. In our history, more recent history, as you remember, the issue was something on the football team came forward, and we called a meeting of the football coaches and talked to them about what was happening on the teams, because there was an allegation that there was some prejudice being shown. We see that happens at colleges and universities on campuses. So there's a lot of that, especially in this modern day where you've got so much anti-Semitism sentiment that's passed around. So there is something there that we probably could get into even without an administrator, to bring them to our attention and to maybe suggest how we could bring that to the attention of the public.
Yeah, it says we're supposed to be able to receive and investigate complaints of tensions, practices of discrimination, acts of prejudice. Like I feel like, yeah, we just don't have that mechanism anymore to receive and investigate complaints of tensions.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't know how we build that back up again, but that seems like I don't know, maybe that's now happening through Jesse Edwards instead, or through others instead.
I think you're absolutely right there, Matt, because what happened to this organization, this Human Relations Commission, there seemed to be a sentiment in the town and in the previous uh, boards that different things. That's why they got rid of our administrator, one reason. Second was the economic reason, but they got rid of the administrator, got rid of our office, got rid of our telephone, because they felt that all of these issues that could come forward, they had reasonable assumption that they could be handled by other uh, bodies that were being created, as
And are they?
as in Jesse's position.
Are they being handled effectively?
None of us know. None of us know. That brings it to another point. We have no real sense of any one person or group coming forward to have a complaint. That's why I think I've held in the past, not to justify it now, but in the past I said we have to look at what is going on in the general society. You know, the issue over men and male and females competing on other sex teams. That's never been addressed by us. We've never brought that up. And yet that is certainly an area of education that I think people have voiced their opinion. And the president certainly has made it known what his opinion is. And thus it's kind of that situation where the getting rid of the what did the president drop out? The dropping out of the equity and diversity and titles and having any of that brought out in schools. We could have done something on that, I think.
So I guess my question is, do we want to exercise that aspect of this commission, that we are able to receive and investigate complaints of tension, practices of discrimination, acts of prejudice, or do we want to stick to the other aspect, which was causes of intergroup disunity, which included bias, discrimination, prejudice, but was not limited to?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, where do we want to go with this group at a higher level? Are we trying to just center on connecting folks? Are we trying to center on pushing against discrimination, bias? Is that already being handled by another part of the city? Yeah, if we could figure this out, I think it would help us maybe get a better idea of our direction.
Well, I think that's right. I just don't know where one would come to the other. You know, we've more recently had some just using the anti-Semitic approach and the outrage within the community against any form of discrimination in that light. We could have maybe gathered some religious leaders from the temples, maybe some other people to come to a forum of some sort to talk about anti-Semitism as it exists. And as I said, it's more not curing it, but setting the agenda as approach to finding out, or at least airing the issue of anti-Semitism within the community. Because I think some people don't care, don't care. And yet I think in the Jewish community, I think it's a serious issue. And it doesn't get just a slam in a newspaper somewhere. You know, this temple was desecrated, or this cemetery was desecrated. It's getting to the heart of why are they desecrated, you know? And what are we as a community doing about that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I for one, sorry, Bob, I for one, I appreciate what Matt's saying. And we should be doing more, but you know, the theoretical view and the realistic view are two different things in the city. It kind of goes back to how I think we should be getting out and more exposure in the city, you know, as commissioners, because it's only going to help us, you know, parlay that into support from the city, if you get what I mean.
I do, Dana, and I think Mayor Szyczki has sort of set a tone where he, you know, like for example, the flag raising, on Pride Day. That's part of his agenda, was to highlight the community's willingness to accept the fact that this is realistic. This is going to be done, and we're going to do it. You know, and I think that that's the way other things can be done. I knew that in the past we had some real dissension among ourselves. You know, there was just, which was sad to think on one hand, but it showed our own diversity. But I think there are common causes that we could support that that would reflect, and I think the mayor would enjoy seeing that. I think the mayor would appreciate it if we did something that spoke about the city's reluctance to support any form of discrimination, as happened with this, with the community, with the LGBT, whatever, I can't remember, they give those letters straight, but and with the temples, there would have been a great time for us to say, boom, you know, this is what the city supports, you know, and if we support it, and that's another thing, you know, as I said before, we didn't see that kind of support. There was a lot of sort of dissension in the ranks, and where I think some of us thought we're all on the same ground when it comes to anti-Semitism. We're all on the same agenda when it comes to uh, the other communities. So I think that that's where if we want to take a common stand, you know.
I mean, we've talked about having an event before a couple times now around discrimination, around talking about people's anecdotes, people's how they have felt discriminated against in the community. We've talked about it a couple times. I think anti-Semitism fits very clearly into that sort of event. How about we get an event on the books? How about we get someone to run or design some sort of event that showcases or describes discrimination in the community that folks are feeling in a way that others who maybe aren't feeling it so much can understand it better.
I think that's great. I think we should, and I think we can develop keynote people within the community who would speak on these things. And we could have it held somewhere, we'll forget where we're going to have it held, but have it held, and that these people can speak to us on it. We'd have to come to have a title, I think, that's grasping, you know, say something to the effect of Framingham is what is it? Well, right now, of course, we're so caught up in the ICE community and the dealing with what's going on with our immigration concepts. But you know, we'd have to come up with something, I think, that tells like Framingham's a welcoming community, you know, and and then bring up these topics, you know, so that we show that we don't believe in anti-Semitism. We don't believe in segregation. We don't believe in other things, you know.
Yeah, I think it needs to. I mean, we need to describe the negatives, the anecdotes that people have of their negative experiences around discrimination. I think we also need to find a way to like look forward, like things that people can do to push back against that sort of stuff. Sort of a not just like this is the bad stuff that's happened, but like what can we do moving forward, right? Empower people. And I think it'd be worth having another subcommittee for that as well, just to sort of compartmentalize each of these events and make sure they actually move forward.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, and that's a great idea, Damon. Matt. Uh, Damon, in the work that you do, right, in the community, right? What do you do is what do you do? Maybe is the better just generalize it. Did you leave me?
Runs an amazing.
Oh, I got it.
All right, David, I was just wondering, like, what do you do in that makes you feel important to do with the kids?
Hey, Bob, I know a little bit about it since I've supported Damon and Manu, Coach New. They run I Believe Academy, which is an amazing educational and athletic program at several middle schools, which I helped set up actually. And it's, you know, it's from like third grade onto high school actually. And they mentor the kids, you know, in scholastics, and then, you know, they get to play basketball, but they have to do their homework first. So it's kind of like hoops and homework framework, but it's really an amazing. I've been over there. I've seen them practicing and doing their homework, and it's really groundbreaking for the kids, especially on the south side, where we didn't have any gyms for them to practice at until Cameron and Bob Berry.
Now, Dana, thank you for bringing that up too, hoops and homework. How active is that now? Is that still, I mean, I know that it's still fundraising and things like that they do, but
That'd be great to have him come on, the new director over there. Like 2 months ago, I think there was a new director appointed, but Herb Chasen, the founder,
right.
retired, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Met with
but-
her before and found what they were doing was very, very powerful. Very powerful,
Yeah, I helped build a playground with many, many other people.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure. I mean, actually, the new director, I don't know his name offhand, but he'd be a great guest actually on one of our meetings. As
Yeah.
would Priscilla, I know, has been heavily involved in hoops and homework since its formation. So
Sure.
I would also recommend her as a great guest for what's going on in the Brazilian community and ice, and not to jump into different subjects, but just as another really interesting guest.
Who would be best to invite her? I think I've brought that up in the past. I think that was brought up during the September meeting.
Yeah, I could. I just saw her the other night at the campaign parties.
Great.
And Becca, I know, is familiar with Priscilla.
All right, good, good. All right, Matt, so let's try to figure this out now. So far, you've got a subcommittee that's going to work on the capsule.
Yep.
You'll be working with Sue maybe
Yeah.
to come up with the ideas and hopefully in the very close nearness to the future.
Mhm.
I mean, Thanksgiving is only what, 2 weeks away, 1 week away?
Yeah, not far off. So
Yeah.
my hope is mid-December for that. And then I really think it'd be worth doing another subcommittee for the if we wanted some sort of discrimination related event. I think that subcommittees are the way that we're going to be able to move forward on events and topics here.
Exactly. Now, did you say, Matt, you were going to be in touch with Jess? What's her name?
Yeah, the diversity officer.
Yeah.
His name, Jesse Edwards. I'd be happy to reach out to him about the time capsule as well.
Okay.
Were you thinking he'd be good to talk to about some sort of discrimination related event?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
I don't mind reaching out to her either. You'll do it probably sooner than I will, but
I think that should be the responsibility of the people on the subcommittee. I think that would make sense.
okay.
But to do that, we need a subcommittee. And to do that, we need volunteers for a subcommittee.
It seems like right now 4 of you are already wrapped up in one subcommittee.
I don't know if we
Mary,
need
how
4
are
for
you?
opening a time capsule.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if we need 4 for opening a time capsule. I know that Damon has expressed interest in the past in some sort of discrimination related event. It seems like he's not here anymore though. But I would love to poke him to switch over to this other event.
All right, Dana, would you'd rather switch over to the prejudice event or to stay on the time capsule?
I'll do both. I mean, I don't mind. I'm volunteering for both.
Oh, great.
All right.
Maybe I'll message Damon after this and see if he's willing to help out with the discrimination one too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We've still got the film possibility, Bob.
Oh yeah, that's on the agenda.
Okay, sorry.
You saw, well, maybe you didn't see, the library and a couple of other places have put on a program called oh my God, what's the title of it there, Dana?
Uh,
Si-
Innocent Convicts.
what's that?
Innocent Convicts. Osagi's film.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking of that at all, but that's another thing we could bring up later on. No, the film on the
Oh,
city,
Recovery City.
Recovery City, thank you.
Yeah.
There's a film, Recovery City, that speaks of the issue of people with addiction, and it's apparently a very powerful and good film. And Dana's had some experience with this film and a filmmaker or something, and they've put it on at various places. I don't think it's been put on at the local library here. It's been put on over at the McAuliffe Library. Um, but I was wondering if we would like to think of putting on that video film at night here in downtown Framingham and publicizing it. And if you don't know anything about it, I think it's on. You can probably find it on Facebook or something like that, and it tells you a lot about the history of Recovery City and what it entails. But that's just as something to throw on and to maybe be present for if we choose to do it. I just like the go ahead to maybe set up a program, maybe in January. It all depends. Have a video of it locally so that where it was shown on the north side of town. I think it's also relevant we do it here on the south side of town, and anyway, I just want to let you know that I think we ought to do that. I'd like to see us do that. And
Yeah, for all of those who weren't on the commission a couple of years ago, we had an amazing, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, premiere of a film at the Costin Room, at the library, which was entitled The Innocent Convicts. And we had a really nice premiere of the film, which dealt with wrongly imprisoned convicts in the South in the 60s prior to DNA. And we actually had 3 or 4 of them present, if I stand correct, Bob, and some of their family members, after they were released through the filmmakers' arduous work in getting them, getting their cases reheard. So this would be really great for us, I think. Again, maybe at the Costin, at the FPL, and the filmmaker is a friend of a friend. I've since connected with her. And it deals with, opium, fentanyl recovery and how prevalent that is in society. We all know, really worldwide, but it's hitting Framingham especially hard. So Lisa Oliveri is the filmmaker, and as of yesterday, she has agreed to let us premiere the film, with ending and then an incredible Q&A at the end. I think it would be a really, really great premiere for us.
yeah, and David Magnani was one of the speakers also. Not that he was a innocent convict, but he was there representing a woman that he was working with in over at MCI. And,
Prison relief.
Yeah.
Women's prison relief group.
Yeah.
I love the idea of us starting a movie series. Yeah, showcasing a movie every few months at a local library is a way to bring folks together. It seems like it's pretty low budget for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
That's a good idea. Movie series. I'll write that down.
I can send the trailer out too to the commissioners if you'd like to see it. It's really compelling.
Sure.
And I'm actually working on another one about Mass and Cass in Boston and how that's
what, Dana?
about Mass and Cass in Boston, Mass Ave, which is where a lot of them unfortunately hang out, and it's related to this film, which is called Recovery City. But Lisa just premiered, by the way, October 31st, Halloween night at the McAuliffe. I did not attend, but I heard it was I heard it was awesome, and it's right up our alley too, right?
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah. Dana, it seems like you would be great to organize this since you have the connections already. But I mean, you've already taken on the two other subcommittees at this point.
I'll run this. I absolutely take care of this.
Okay.
Costin, if you guys want to do it at the Costin, I think that'd be great, right, Bob?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
It's,
maybe
How do
we
you spell
do
Costin?
the Costin room at the FPL,
Okay.
and then maybe we can get the city to kick in something for the reception. I can work on that too with whomever.
Okay.
Because we had, would we have refreshments, Bob, and snacks, I think, that night?
well, I
remember
think
you
the
spoke.
last time we had just coffee and of that nature, you know, we didn't go all out. We just easily got some coffee together and but you have to square that away with the Costin room first, you know.
Yep.
What light refreshments we could have. And if we're doing any one of these videos in the month of January, you got to anticipate the bad weather. But then also whatever you put out, you got to put out something comfortable to make the people come, you know, and have it at a reasonable time. But that can be worked out with the Costin room. I think the last time we had something there, we knew we had to be out of there by 12 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, because that's when they close. So, well, you can work out those semantics with the director of the library. I'm sure that can be worked out. Okay, anybody have anything else they'd like to bring up?
I wanted to mention, we had talked last time about other communities around us that do similar commissions, that have similar commissions, and a possibility of attending or just looking into them a little further to see how they work and what they find effective. So I found that Wayland has a human rights, diversity, equity, and inclusion committee. Sudbury has a diversity, equity, inclusion commission. Newton has a human rights commission, and Marlborough has has a human services office, but unrelated. And then Cambridge has a human rights commission that seems to be structured a lot similar to ours, where it has the ability to receive and investigate complaints, hold hearings, do subpoenas to a certain extent, which I believe we have some power to do. So it might be worth sending someone to one of those meetings. I'd be very interested in attending one or a couple of these meetings. It'd be great if someone wanted to come along, but I'd be willing to go alone as well. Just to see how they operate and what they do effectively, what they're having trouble with.
Nice.
That's great, and I think we've attempted to do that 20 years ago just to get a flair for things, and I think it's worthwhile to do it again with all the new faces that we have, just to see what it goes on in other places. And there is a human relations committee, a commission that oversees a lot of these organizations, or a lot of these cities and towns that did exist at one time. I'd love to know, you know,
Like a statewide thing?
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. And that's how we got to get in touch with some of these people before. And I again express my apology for a little bit of my ineptness to be terribly involved, because I still am in a cast. I am still can't drive. I still can't go anywhere. My fingers do most of my walking. So I realized that, Matt, I would love to do that again, because it was enlightening. It was enlightening. They used to have meetings though at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I know that much. I know. And I said to myself, they had the meetings when everybody else is in paid positions, gets out of work and goes there and justifies it. But that's how I felt then, and probably say I could probably feel still the same now. But they had it Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Well,
in
I'll try to get to a couple of them. And I can report back for the next meeting.
Okay,
Yep.
that'd be great. You know,
I'd be willing to go with you, Matt.
Okay, great.
That sounds interesting.
all right. All right, does anybody have anything else? And I think there was something else on the agenda that I thought of. Dana, you hinted at it earlier tonight when you wanted to know if something had been done, but yeah. Anybody else have anything else to suggest at this time? Matt, you've been a wealth of information, giving us lines, places to go, and things to do. You know, it's wonderful. Appreciate that.
Happy to help.
Yeah, Mary, I haven't heard from you yet.
Nope, been quiet, just listening.
That's good. We're gonna put you in charge of the committee.
Mm,
All right. Okay. So with that, people have direction where you want to go, what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'll send out notes with action items. Please shoot me a message if I missed one of the action items.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you, Matt. Becca, you all set?
All set.
Good. Damon, Dana, Mary. All right, I'll entertain a motion if anybody wants to make one.
Motion to end the meeting.
Motion to adjourn made by Dana. Becca,
Yes.
Damon. Damon.
Yes,
Oh, good. Thank you. Matt,
that was me.
Mary.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, bye everyone.
Good night.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night,
everyone.
Great meeting.
Thanks for all your input.
Thank you, Bob.
Happy Thanksgiving
Happy
to all of
Happy
you. That is coming up.
Coming up fast, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Great meeting, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Doo-doo. Trying to get this thing to close. There it is. Mm-hmm.